Hello, fellow divine beings. My name is Rhea, and welcome back to the Warrior Woman's Path. If this is your first time joining me today, be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and follow if you like the content so that we can stay connected, okay? And to those of you returning, welcome back. I love you all, and I'm very grateful to be here right now speaking with you. Here are 5 things you need to know about subconscious blocks. Number 1. Subconscious blocks operate below conscious awareness. Subconscious blocks are often formed in early childhood and operate outside of our conscious awareness, influencing our beliefs, habits, and decisions without realizing that these blocks are kind of playing the role of the puppeteer in our lives. 2, they stem from conditioning and trauma. Many come from societal conditioning, past traumas, inherited beliefs from our families and our cultures and the neighborhoods that we grow up in, right? Subconscious blocks shape how we see ourselves and the world, often creating self-imposed limitations. So I know that this is something that's come up for me many, many times as I developed a lot of subconscious blocks in my early childhood, and they never fail to present themselves at like the absolute worst time, like I swear. Because we don't know that they exist until we experience a situation that triggers us to dig deep and acknowledge these blocks, or if we're doing a breath work or a guided meditation or anything along these lines that help us bring those to the surface. I've also had it happen that when I'm in like a really high frequency environment, that being in a high frequency environment with many other high frequency individuals will naturally create this space for me when I feel safe in the environment. And this is what's so interesting about it, is because it only happens for me when I'm feeling safe enough in the environment to experience this. However, what happens, or what has happened, is when I've started to experience these like popcorn kernels just popping up of all these like self-imposed limiting beliefs that I've had, I start to feel not safe. I start to not feel safe in my body. I start to not feel safe in my environment, even though my conscious mind is like, bro, we're safe. You know you're safe. Why do you suddenly not feel safe? Well, suddenly not feeling safe because all of these stored and trapped emotions, I mean, that's really what subconscious blocks are. Like, let's be real. Subconscious blocks are stored emotions. It's stuck energy that's just been like carried around in our cells way longer than it needs to, you know? So as those feelings start to bubble up, we start to not feel safe, because at the time in our life when that emotion became stored or trapped is the time when we weren't feeling safe. It was a trauma that caused the stored emotion, or conditioning that made us feel unsafe, maybe, that cued our body, mind, subconscious to store this as like a, hey, you know, clearly we can't process through this right now, so we're just gonna stuff it down, and then we're gonna stuff more and more and more of that same emotion on top of it. Now, when I say same emotion, I don't mean same situation, same thought, same block, same energetic type of emotion. These are things that interfere. It's like it goes into its own file folder in the subconscious where here's all the things blocking us from moving forward, from being ourselves, from knowing who we are, from living our purpose, to sharing our ideas. You know, one limiting belief that was built on multiple subconscious blocks, that I've really been working through lately, has been that when I speak, I either won't be understood, or when I speak, the person I'm speaking to is automatically going to think that I am being confrontational. Now, for those of you who know me on a personal level, you know that confrontation is not my vibe. I'm a very peaceful person. Now, I do get passionate. I will get passionate, and I've actually really I'll get passionate inside. And when these subconscious blocks and these limiting beliefs were like full force interfering with me expressing authentically, I couldn't share my passion. You see the problem there? And that limiting belief of when I speak my truth, when I speak the energy that is flowing through me, it's gonna cause a problem. And guess what? Because that limiting belief was so stored in my subconscious, that's exactly what happens. Because until we process it, our reality will reflect it. The longer we go without processing through these blocks, these emotions, these limiting factors that we put on ourselves, the longer we go without processing through those, the more interfering it gets, the more unstable reality is. So now number 3 on subconscious blocks. Subconscious blocks will sabotage your success and your well-being. When left unchecked, subconscious blocks can prevent progress in areas like relationships, careers, health, and personal growth. It creates inner resistance to change, even when we consciously desire it. And on that note, your desire to change must, I cannot stress this enough. Your desire to change must be greater than your desire to stay the same. Because guess what? Naturally, we want to stay in our comfort zones, right? Naturally, we want to believe that everything is just going to keep happening the way that it always has, because it's easier to believe that, right? Versus just trusting the unknown and taking a step. One step in a new direction can change the path of your entire life. The entire life. Now, number 4 on subconscious blocks, they are stored in the body, in the nervous system. It's not just mental. This is literally stored in the body. Think of a subconscious block like a swollen lymph node, right? So the lymph node has absorbed all of this toxin, right? And now it's just holding on to it. When we start massaging our lymphatic systems, those knots, it all starts to release. Those toxins will release. So treat subconscious blocks like your lymphatic system. We have to soothe them. We have to work them out. We have to address and observe. And generally speaking, by just observing them, they'll start to melt away. Because subconscious blocks are stored in the body, it influences our emotions and our physical responses. And because of this, techniques like somatic healing, breath work, and other forms of energy work can be very, very, very effective in releasing these subconscious blocks. I know that I just went through a breathwork ceremony with Victor Odo in the CBA group, and he took us through this breathwork process that brought up so many things that were like anti my own worthiness. It's like my conscious mind is like, but I'm worthy, I'm deserving, I'm open to receive. I'm ready, right? Well, in the subconscious, though, there's all this nast stored about to totally get rid of everything that your conscious awareness is like, but I am. And your subconscious is like, well, you don't really think so. You don't really think so. And it's interfering. It's so interfering. And it gets to be a lot. Now, number 5. It's kind of in conjunction with number 4. And it's that with awareness, these subconscious blocks can be reprogrammed. This is the beautiful thing about it. Subconscious blocks can be reprogrammed with awareness and the right tools. Hypnosis, meditation, neuro-linguistic programming, shadow work, affirmations, mantras, mudras. They can all be rewritten. Your conscious awareness is stronger than your mind. Let me say that again. Your conscious awareness is stronger than your mind. And why is that? Because your mind is logical. Your mind wants to say, oh, we can't do that. We don't have blank, so we can't do blank. But your conscious awareness knows that you, yes, you, are infinite. You can do anything, absolutely anything. You have the ability to change the world from the inside out by addressing these things, by working through them, by finding where they originated from or not. What are the top 5 subconscious blocks? Number 1, fear of failure / fear of success. We fear both failure and success. So chances are we're going to end up failing because that's the one of the two we don't want, right? Number 2, the feeling of not being enough or not being worthy. This is something that we all have to work through. Number 3, fear of rejection and abandonment. If we grew up in households where our parents or people that we looked up to were not physically or emotionally available to us as children, we will develop the subconscious block that has us terrified of being abandoned again. Number 4, lack and scarcity mindset. Subconscious blocks will keep us stuck in lack. If you believe you lack something, then you're going to lack in all areas. Number 5, subconscious blocks generate a fear of the unknown, a fear of change, because we decide, well, hey, I want to stay in this little zone, this little box I've created of comfort, because I know that by staying right here, it's predictable, and I feel as though I'm in more control because I'm in my comfort zone. We're not going to get anywhere that way. We're really not. Stepping out of our comfort zone and trusting the unknown, trusting the universe, trusting ourselves to know that we're walking the path that is authentic and free of self-imposed limitations that are based in unverified information. You know, I've been really learning how to find my voice again. And it's almost as though reality likes to re-show me that, hey, maybe that limiting belief that you just tried to release, maybe it was right. And I'm like, huh? I don't think so. I know that's not the case. I know that I'm just being tested. My emotional intelligence is just being tested. And you know what? If I start crying, it's because my body is releasing all that much more stuck emotion. As I'm learning how to find my voice again, reality likes to present me with situations that tells me not to talk. It tells me to be quiet. It tells me to be seen and not heard. Reality is like an echo chamber. Like, oh, you observed that subconscious block that led you to that limiting belief? Well, let me just echo that back to you to see if you've really processed it. As I'm learning to re-find my voice, allowing my passion to flow through me, I realize more and more limiting beliefs that just keep representing themselves. You know, one of them, so I had realized that one of my limiting beliefs was that if I just stay quiet, I'll maintain the peace. I'll maintain safety. If I just keep my mouth shut. And guess what? By keeping my mouth shut, I'm being inauthentic because my brain is thinking all of these things that I just so badly want to say, because it's like growing this passion inside of me. But when that belief was so strong and dominant in my mind, I wouldn't express. I would sit in silence. And guess what? That little piece of inauthenticity, that little piece of abandoning myself, only led me to more feelings of inauthenticity. By keeping my mouth shut, by not saying the things that are coming to me, I go further into that. I go further into shutdown. As I've been processing through this, as I've been finding my voice, as I've been expressing, reality comes back to me and says, have you processed that? And as I'm crying and crying and crying because reality just presented to me that, yep, if I would have just kept my mouth shut, peace would be maintained. We wouldn't have ended up in this confrontational whatever that no one feels good walking and stepping away from. However, the reality is, I would have kept my mouth shut, I would not have been authentic. If I would have kept my mouth shut, maybe it wouldn't have given the other person an opportunity to reflect on why they felt the confrontation. And if I ever trigger something within you, go into it. Go into it. Because I'm never coming to you with the energy of fight, of argument. Because guess what? I know myself. I don't need to prove anything to anyone. I trust that the information that is coming into my awareness that needs to be spoken is for a reason. I developed so many limiting beliefs around using my voice as a child, being told children are meant to be seen and not heard. Why are you getting attitude? Why are you back talking? When all I'm doing is maybe giving another perspective, you know? And the other piece that came into my subconscious that's tied into not using my voice. What you say doesn't matter. I developed a very strong limiting belief that what I say doesn't matter. Because as a kid, I'd be told I was a liar, or that I was this, or I was that. When it was like, well, clearly you're not gonna listen to me. I'm not heard, I'm not understood, I'm not any of these things, so guess what? Reality keeps generating more of those experiences for me to feel that way. One thing that we all have to do is, if we feel like someone else is doing something to us, or someone else isn't doing something for us, we need to look inside and ask ourselves, am I doing that for me? Am I holding space for myself? Am I projecting my experience onto someone else right now because of a limiting belief that I'm carrying? Chances are probably. You know, I've been in situations where I will see something playing out, and instantly I'm like, oh, something needs to be said here. This isn't blank. This isn't okay. There's whatever. I need to say something here. Or, oh, I know something about this situation. Not allowed to say it though, because by mentioning it, it's gonna cause confrontation. Now, here are 3 tools for clearing subconscious blocks. To either do a guided breathwork session, or a guided meditation, or a self-guided breathwork session where you just follow your breath. You go deeper and deeper into it, heavier and lighter, and more sound, less sound. You can follow your breath. It will lead you where you need to get. Meditation, right? Guided or just quiet, just silent. Go into silence. Silence is your friend. Mind, silence is your friend, I promise. And number 2, journaling. Journaling can be so helpful. The second you write yourself a question, what is this trying to tell me? You'll be amazed. Your hand will just start just writing away. We find clarity through practices like this. Number 3 for clearing subconscious blocks, movement. We're getting moving around here, guys. I am a full supporter of movement meditation. Now, if we take out the word meditation, all you have to do is move. Like movement meditation in the aspect of tapping into and accessing your flow state. Okay, you set an intention that says, I am going to work through my subconscious blocks by going into movement, by listening to my body, and by allowing the movement to flow through me in whatever way feels good. Allowing your body to move with grace and ease, and putting no stipulations on it, whether that's dancing or flowing through yoga poses or whatever movement is for you. Running, walking. Walking meditation is so powerful. Like, we always think of meditation as something we have to sit down, we have to cross our legs, and we have to like go into a space, you know, it's gotta be like real quiet around us, or we have to have our headphones in so we can like follow the meditation, or we have to be playing this just like, you know, binaural beats type of music that's like takes us somewhere, right? Yes, that's all true. However, movement meditation will help you free stored emotions so quickly. Because as we feel it coming through us and we are moving, it has these emotions, they have a chance to like come in, observe, release. Because we're moving the energy. We also have this ability in quiet meditation, silent meditation, breath work. That's why these tools are important. Access the ones that feel right for you. And I guarantee you'll shift your reality. I thank you all so much for joining me today. I love you. Have an amazing day. And clear those subconscious blocks already. Blessings.